Welcome to my podcast. Today I'll be grading each NHL team's offseason. I'll be doing this by division. Let's start in the Atlantic Division. Tampa Bay Lightning, A-. Tampa Bay Lightning re-signed all their RFAs and added even more depth to the lineup. Montreal Canadiens, B+. The Canadiens improved their defense to help out Carey Price and added Jonathan Drouin to replace Alex Radulov. Toronto Maple Leafs, B-. Adding Patrick Marleau was a good idea for this season, but it could hurt them in the future. Ottawa Senators, B-. The loss of Marc Methot is gonna hurt, but the rest of the team is essentially the same. Buffalo Sabres, C. Buffalo Sabres added some veteran players in the lineup, which could help their young players. Detroit Red Wings, C. Detroit Red Wings improved their defense a little with the additions of Trevor Daley, but they haven't re-signed Andreas Athanasiou yet. Boston Bruins, C-. The Boston Bruins re-signed David Pastrnak, but they didn't do anything else to improve their team. Florida Panthers, C-. Florida Panthers got worse this offseason and are far from being a playoff team. Let's do the Metropolitan Division now. Carolina Hurricanes, A-. Carolina Hurricanes have 3 of the top 4 defensemen locked up long-term and added Justin Williams, Scott Darling, Marcus Kruger, and TVR in the offseason. New Jersey Devils, A-. New Jersey Devils have a much better team compared to last season, but they will still be the worst team in the division. Columbus Blue Jackets, B+. The addition of Artemi Panarin is going to add more scoring to the Blue Jackets lineup. Philadelphia Flyers, B-. Philadelphia Flyers are a much better team overall and could make a playoff push. New York Rangers, B-. New York Rangers landed the big fish on the market in Tevin Shattenkirk, but they may have made their team worse in doing so. Pittsburgh Penguins, C+. Pittsburgh Penguins did what they could in order to replace the players that left in the offseason. Washington Capitals, C. The Capitals re-signed a few key players, but they also lost a few key players as well. New York Islanders, C-. New York Islanders got worse on defense and still haven't re-signed John Tavares. Now let's do the Central Division. Dallas Stars, A. Dallas Stars are the most improved team in the NHL. They added Ben Bishop, Alex Radulov, Martin Hanzal, and Marc Methot. Nashville Predators, A-. The Predators somehow got better despite losing James Neal and Mike Fisher. Chicago Blackhawks, B. The Blackhawks changed about half their roster, but they should still be a playoff team as long as they have their core players. Winnipeg Jets, C+. Winnipeg Jets may surprise some people with how good they are because they are a very deep team on both offense and defense. St. Louis Blues, C. St. Louis Blues didn't really get any better, but their team is good enough to make the playoffs. Minnesota Wild, C-. Minnesota Wild got much worse defensively and their core offensive players are all getting older, so they may have some trouble making the playoffs. Colorado Avalanche, F. Colorado Avalanche are still left with the same issues that they entered the offseason with. The Pacific Division, Arizona Coyotes, B+. The Coyotes are a very talented young team, but they need some time before they are ready to make the playoffs. Calgary Flames, B+. The Flames solidified their defense and goaltending and look to make it deeper in the playoffs. Edmonton Oilers, B. The Oilers locked up their 2 young stars and added more depth on offense, but their cap may be concerned in the future. Las Vegas Golden Knights, B. Las Vegas has done a solid job of drafting a roster and putting themselves in a good position for the future. Anaheim Ducks, C+. Anaheim Ducks basically have the same team as last season, but losing Shea Theodore may hurt in the future. Los Angeles Kings, C. The only move the Kings made was adding Mike Camilleri, but I'm not sure that move is good enough to make them a playoff team. Vancouver Canucks, C-. The Vancouver Canucks added some depth on their roster, but that's still not enough to make them a playoff team. San Jose Sharks, D+. The Sharks got worse in the offseason, and the core of their team is all getting older. So those are my NHL offseason grades for each NHL team. Next podcast, I'll be giving out fantasy hockey advice, fantasy football waiver wire advice, and I'll also be talking about the top 5 small forwards in the NBA right now.